Hello, welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live, everyone. Time for Cut for Time. 3 stories, 1 minute each. Let's start with this. All right, so Hilton, they are shaking up hotel marketing with its It Matters Where You Stay campaign. It's featuring Paris Hilton. The campaign aims to prioritize the hotel experience and stay at a time when many hotels market the destination. I think it's significant because you got Paris Hilton, who is one of the originals in the influencer marketing era that kind of kicked it off.
And her last name happens to be
Hilton. And very conveniently can kind of really chime in on this campaign. And I think for the generation of millennial travelers that have grown up looking at all of the influencer marketers and having the experience of watching Paris and Nikki's kind of escapades on TV before, potentially this will work.
It's a home run. It's great to see that connection between Paris Hilton and Hilton. I like it. I dig it. You know, if I have to pay more for a hotel, I would want to see a Paris Hilton say, you know what, give me that stamp of approval. Come stay with me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm all about
Really,
Paris
guys?
Hilton. She's an entrepreneur. She's not the same Paris Hilton that we know from 15 years ago. She's a heck of a career.
People are,
No,
all right.
okay, moving along. As for me, pricing for Bruce Springsteen tickets now cooling on Ticketmaster after the platform priced platinum tickets for the artist as high as $5,000 before fees as part of its dynamic pricing plan. In the wake of the uproar, Ticketmaster released some statistics noting that most Springsteen tickets are under $200 and only 11% were part of that controversial program. And we're bringing it full circle. This is a story we talked about on Friday. We're bringing it full circle here after Ticketmaster came out with a rare statement. They normally don't make statements such as this. Also noting that the average ticket sold for the Springsteen concert is $262. But look, they're not denying that some of these tickets are selling for over $5,000 a pop.
I mean, 11% is kind of a lot
of
the overall tickets that would be subject to this dynamic pricing. So I don't know.
I mean, still, just what we were talking about on Friday, with the metropolitan areas that some of these events can be taking place in, they're just going directly to that high-value, high-cost consumer that wants the prime-time experience. I mean, at the end of the day, if it works, if people are going to continue to come back to that experience, hard to tell. Also, we haven't heard anything about people continuing to sell NFT experiences right now either.
Not as much, but those are still happening. And finally, the Marvel calendar getting a shakeup at San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige, right? Closing the chapter on Phase 4 with a sequel to Black Panther titled Wakanda Forever. Feige is what I'm being told. And kicking off Phase 5 with the announcement of a third Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, Quantumania. And the timeline for release is looking ahead to Phase 5 and then Phase 6 in forget about Wakanda Forever, it's MCU Forever. This thing is like into the foreseeable future. They're just gonna, I mean, the milking of the Marvel comic universe is just incredible. I mean, I went and saw Thor: Love and Thunder this weekend, so I'm a victim of this.
You saw it this morning.
I woke up in the middle of the night. All I'm saying is, are people ever going to get sick of this thing, or are we just hooked on it?
Oh, Disney is going to continue having us be hooked on it. This was one of the best acquisitions that Disney has ever made, in tandem with their Lucasfilm acquisition and then Pixar years prior to that as well. And so they're absolutely going to merchandise the hell out of it.
Good news for a company like Hasbro. I believe they have the license for this toy. So tying it all together.
They tend to switch.
Got to hit those tickers. Got to hit those tickers.